Hey, what is going on, guys? We are back with another weekly breakdown. This is literally insane. We have gotten another win. It is absolutely crazy that we have won the last 6 trades. I've never seen my profit factor so high as now. So I do think it was a mix of great market conditions, but also great trade selection on my end that led to these results. So the number one trade, or the only trade that we'll be talking about here for this week that I took, was AUDUSD. So I was looking at AUDUSD about 4 days ago here. This was a setup that I was looking at. I actually sent this beforehand just to kind of get an idea of what I wanted to see happen. And I was looking at a 50% Fibonacci retracement off of that 4-hour time frame. We broke above this retest, or sorry, this resistance, came back down. We retested it once, came back up again, broke the high to the left. We came back down again. And then that's the point where I wanted to enter, because I know that we were close to this 0.70 psychological level. I want you guys to notice here to the left how price has reacted to that psychological level in the past. So if it's already reacted to it in the past, there's obviously a high likelihood chance that 0.70 is going to hold in the future as well. Now, because of that, I did want to be in this long position. As I mentioned here, I was, daily chart had a Thursday candle close higher than previous candles. So this is what I saw on the 4-hour. But if we go on the daily, you'll see here that the week prior to this week where I took this trade, we had a strong bullish engulfing candle. This was a very good sign for buyers on AUDUSD. And this is what made me confident in going long. First, I'll break down how I managed this trade, and then I'll break down the other trades that I saw, because this was not the only opportunity that there was. Off of the entry itself, you'll see that the market came down and it started to reject. It formed a rejection wick here on the 1-hour time frame, and it looks even better on the 2-hour time frame. This is where we have a lot of rejections off of this zone. From there, we start to get a couple of bullish candles starting to go in our favor. Keep in mind, those were 2-hour candles and these are 1-hour candles. So the market was at this price level for a very long time. It's not like we just came down, tapped into it, and immediately rejected off. We were actually there for some pretty good amount of time, from Monday all the way from New York all the way to Asian session. So almost all day on Monday, we were there. And that's where I decided to actually go ahead and go long on this. I do believe I placed a buy limit a couple of pips below where price currently was in order to get the best possible entry. Obviously, that buy limit did get activated. It was only 4 pips. I remember when I put it, I was like, okay, price is here. Let me at least put it a couple of pips below just so I can have a better entry. The entry, 99.6 or 996. That was the entry. I remember price was just slightly higher when that happened. And then we got activated a couple of minutes after. Now, the move up on this was honestly beautiful. And I think that's one of the things that made this trade so good, because it moved exactly how I thought it was. Like, I even posted this here when I saw this. I mean, just as predicting. And then I also mentioned one of the things that I was going to do, which was to reduce my risk as well. I wanted to reduce my risk by going to break even at that point. So the cool part is, no matter what would have happened once that happened, like once we were in this stage of the trade, either way, I would have not lost anything. But at that point, that's also unlikely to happen, because we have the 2-hour EMA trailing up that's going to act as a support. Think of it as a knight that is guarding the fortress. In this case, you got the EMA guarding price from going any lower than it if it were to have pulled back, and it's protecting our break even. It's protecting our entry. That's kind of how you can think about this. But this was such a perfect trade that we went all the way up to our 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. I'm telling you, you cannot make this up. Like, you literally cannot make this up. I wish I could show you guys the story that I posted. I want you guys to look at this story right here on August 3rd. All right, so I'm looking at a possible move on AUDUSD, which is one of the pairs that is on my watch list for the week. So you guys can see there how literally I saw this as it was forming, as it was going down. And I even got a lot of commentary. Hold up, let me make my webcam a bit smaller. I was getting a lot of commentary saying, no, you cannot buy this market. You're going to lose if you buy this market. And would you look at that? We were actually correct. And this is not about ego. It's not about, hey, I was right and you were wrong. You know what this is about? It's about having a bias and being confident and sticking to it. Because if you know what you're looking for, it doesn't matter what someone else sees in the market. As a matter of fact, traders have to go against the grain, have to go against what is the common beliefs. If not, there's no profit for you to make. If we all think the same, who's going to profit? Nobody. So sometimes you have to think a little bit differently. And that story that I just showed you guys here on my phone that I posted on August 3rd, when I was looking at taking this trade at the lowest point of the market, the point where no one felt confident about taking it. That's exactly precisely the moment that I was looking to take the entry, which is what gave me such a good position, such a good level to enter. Now, there were a couple of other positions here. GBP CAD is currently shifting structure to the downside. There was a breakout here end of last week and mid this week, but ever since then, we've started to see a reversal pattern. We'll see if we can trade this. If this can come up to 188,500 next week, I'll go short. NZD CAD, similar, so I'm going to take this one off the list. I have AUDJPY right now on my watch list. If we get a strong reaction down, then I'll go short. But if not, then I'm going to let it retrace a lot further before going short above 112. Currently, those are mainly the pairs that I was looking at. I had a couple of my students take some excellent trades as well that they were able to find that I did not personally see. But there was not an excess of trades this week. So if you didn't take that many trades this week, do not worry. That is normal. I only took one this week. This was my lowest trading frequency week since I've started the challenge, but it was literally the most profitable. Why? Because I'm scaling up my risk. I risked 7K on this one. Previously, I risked 6K. Before that, I was risking 4.5. Before that, I was risking 3K. And before that, I was risking like 1.5 to 2. And I started the challenge with a $500 risk, which was this trade right here. I mean, yeah, this challenge has literally gone insane. The trade where the week where I traded the least was the week that I made the most. There's something to be learned there for sure. Now, with that being said, I will be seeing you guys on the next one. Hopefully you guys understood exactly why I took this trade on AUDUSD so that way you can replicate it and go take it for yourself next time something like this happens. That is the reason why I make these videos. I will be seeing you in the next one. Take care.